Who's been looking for a new place to live? Who's been looking to buy? Who's been looking to sell? You know what's happening in Montreal real estate. It seems like there's multiple offers on places, but you know what? When it comes to all this kind of stuff, everything's relative, right? You want to bargain? All of that is relative. Let's find out the actual situation in Montreal. Helen Akrivos is a chartered real estate broker with Royal LePage, also teaches at LaSalle College. Helen, it's great to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Elias.
All right, so you know what? Let's say you want to buy. Let's say you want to sell. You know, we all know that. Let's say the single family home, the prices are going through the roof. There's a lot of stuff where prices are going up, but I would say no matter what the market is, there's always little sectors where you might be able to find a bargain. Relatively speaking, of course. If you were to look at Montreal real estate right now, relatively speaking, where are the bargains to be had?
Oh, boy, that is a tough one, Elias. That's a tough one. Listen, if you want to be in the West Island because that's where your family is and that's where your kids go to school, best of luck, right? We have properties with over 50 offers. Prices have increased by 20% or more in some areas. So that's like a loaded question. So if you want to bargain, it's not just the price. The thing is you're going to have to sacrifice your lifestyle, right? So you may have to move into an area that you've never thought of before. So right now on the island of Montreal, these are the bargains. So bargains meaning that there's inventory for sale. Okay, in the other areas, there's no inventory. So you'd have to go to, for example, Pierrefonds, Montreal Nord, Montreal East, RDP. Okay, these are the only areas right now on the island where there's even houses for sale, let alone a bargain, right? So what we're seeing is there's no inventory. And because there's no inventory in, popular places like West Island, let's say, areas like TMR, there's no homes for sale. And because of that, that's driving the multiple offers and the prices up.
But I keep hearing, Helen, this is what I keep hearing. It's a pandemic. Nobody wants to be in the cities. Everyone wants to get out. So you hear all of these things like, oh, geez, what? Nobody wants to live in Montreal anymore. But then you hear, well, there's no inventory. So what's happening here?
Well, listen, not everybody's leaving the city, okay? Not everybody. Of course, you have that inkling, I'm working from home. Why should I stay here? I even thought about selling my house. I'm like, I can make, a good amount. I can go live up north somewhere. So for sure, there's a sector of the population that has already done that. We've seen that Tremblant, Saint-Adèle, Saint-Agathe, their prices have gone up again over 20%. But not everybody's leaving the city. People like myself who have kids who go to school, we can't just pick up and leave, okay? So there's a lot of people who are still looking for single-family homes. That's the most popular thing on the island. So the other choice, and this is what we're seeing, is people are they're going to buy a Plex, for example, or they're even going to condos now. So it's because a single-family home, it's just becoming like a very rare commodity. It's just there's just nothing available because, yes, some people are leaving, but most people are not. Actually, most people who, again, have to stay, they're staying put, they're renovating, and they're not putting up their house for sale, and that's why we have no inventory.
We're with Helen Akrivos, chartered real estate broker with Royal LePage, also teaches at LaSalle College. Helen, you mentioned condos there, and I want to focus on that for a bit because I'm really about bang for the buck, right? So in the context that pandemic, COVID-19, people don't want to be near other people. In my mind, I say to myself, oh, well, maybe the place to go if you're looking for that deal, which in a few years when we get back to normal, you can take advantage of. It's in a really urban condo. Maybe that's where you go if you're a bargain hunter. Am I onto something here?
I actually think you are, Elias. Yes, you actually are, because what's happening right now is in the condo market, you actually said something like urban condos. So the condos that are closest to downtown Montreal now, we're seeing a little spike in inventory, and the prices haven't gone down yet. So there's still, we don't have the international students. We don't have as much immigration. So, there's even in the rental market, right? There's more available for rent. But that means that the builders now are offering you, there's incentives going on for those condos. So, yes, you can, if you can live in a condo for the next 2 years, 2 to 3 years, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
you can get a bargain and buy a 2 or 3 bedroom condo. It's going to go up in value. And yes, in 2-3 years, you'll benefit, you'll sell it, and then you'll move on to your single family home. So that's another way to do it, is to just buy, yes, you wanted the single family home, go for the condo instead.
All right. So, Helen, let's say you want to make that play. You're going to go with an urban condo that right now there's some inventory.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking to your for our listeners, when they're talking to their real estate agent, what's if you're in that position, you've got a client and they're looking for that urban condo, how many months on the market do you say, oh boy, this person needs to sell? What are you looking at when you're like, oh, we got them now? They're in a position where you've got the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's case by case. So listen, we're not in a buyer's market as yet for the condos. We may be headed there, right? Depending on how long are we, we're not getting these students coming in. How long are these condos staying on the market, like you said? Once something is on the market longer than 6, 7, 8 months, it then turns into a buyer's market. Okay, we're not there yet. Yeah. Even condos are selling within, a month or 2, 3, they're selling. But again, we're seeing more inventory. So, and it's going to be case by case, right? You do have some that really do need to sell, and they're moving out of the city. So there's more opportunities to be had, I would say, with the condo market.
Helen, I got a text message here. I'll throw this out to you. Just a listener wants to know about Chateauguay and Mercier. We didn't really talk about the South Shore. I know we talked about up north and that kind of stuff. Anything about those areas?
Well, right now what's happening is because of the limited inventory, because of the high prices on the island of Montreal, we are seeing a spike in prices and activity in North Shore and South Shore. So anything in the South Shore right now, by the way, is also under multiple offers situation, and the prices have gone up dramatically since last year. So anything in the South Shore is sought after. And, like before we were saying, okay, go off island, go to the North Shore, South Shore. Now you might even have to go further than that if you really don't want to be part of that multiple offer situation.
God, and if you go any further south, you're at the border. I mean, and then there's a whole other problem. Helen, it is always fun. It is always fun talking to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Helen Akrivos, chartered real estate broker with Royal LePage, and she also teaches at LaSalle College.